Hi guys, it's me, just Landriscina again, and I want to wish you guys a very happy and safe No King's Day for 2025. Yeah, I decided to take a little bit of a break from my Halloween stick today, and I got my little American flag here because this is an exercise in my free speech that a certain someone is trying to take away from me. And I got my pink sign over here. Trump is tyranny, even though it is coming up a little bit, but still, it's still a nice little sign I have. As for the pumpkins up there for Halloween, I thought that it kind of matches what I'm trying to go for here, so I decided to keep it long. Let me know how you guys like it or not. Anyway, I'm watching the news as of late, and I am totally disgusted by what I see here. I've seen children being ripped out of school, crying and screaming by ICE agents. Again, ICE agents have been trying to arrest people very brutally and very violently on the streets on the sidewalks of America, and I'm not too thrilled about it because these people are innocent. Many times they are U.S. citizens, and even if they weren't citizens, they should be treated with respect and dignity, as per what the Constitution says. But President Trump really doesn't give a shit about the Constitution. I'm sure he probably wipes his ass with it every day, or he wish he could. And the Republicans are just letting him run roughshod over it, and everybody else for that matter. So I am here, dressed up as, in the spirit of blue, of freedom. I learned that from the Saboteur video game that the language of freedom is usually backed by blue. It had nothing to do with the police. It's the color code system they had in the game. Whereas Nazis and fascism happen to be colored red, the danger symbol. It has nothing to do with the fact that red had to do with Republicans and the blue had to do with Democrats. But I'm very much anti-fascism, as I'm sure that many of our vets are. In fact, I find it very funny that big-time admirals and generals are putting, because of Trump's little escapades and threats to use the armed forces against the own citizens, for Christ's sake. That to me is absurd, and it's very, very alarmist. But don't take my word for it. Watch the news about that. And Trump and the other Republicans in his cabinet think that all this is but a game, or show of some kind. And it's really disturbing to see that they're all laughing it off and putting it up for laughs and gags and stuff. So, as being that it's that I stand for anti-fascist ideology, I am proud to say that I am ANTIFA. I'm not a club member because there's no club to join. But it's just an overall sense of freedom of expression, and the other the other freedoms guaranteed by the First Amendment of the Constitution. And I would like to join in with all the other people in America that are leading family in No King's protest, because this is freaking out nuts. And the fact that the Republicans want to present themselves as being the solution makers, that inflation is down and all of this other junk garbage and everything will happen, peachy clean and all that. Everything is not fine. The government is going to hell. The economy is going to shit. Trump and everybody else probably laughing it off, trying to think of it as a big joke that he's playing on America. But because he doesn't have to pay for anything. He doesn't have to worry about cost of living, cost of food, cost of groceries, cost of medication. To him it's like one lie after another. The only thing that the man speaks truth is, my name is Donald J. Trump. That's it. Everything else out of the man's mouth is a lie. And the fact that he bosses around the general and the ICE agents like his own personal keepers and his own personal army and stuff, it's just nuts. Especially considering he dodged the draft a few times because of bone spurs and because of Teddy's pocketbook and checkbook. So, also, another thing that grinds my gears is the fact that we used to have the greatest nation on earth, but yet our troops, number one, are not being paid, and number two is that they're on the food line like everybody else. So that's really unfair, especially because they deserve a lot more respect and a lot more better treatment than what the government is giving them right now. Minister, I love the troops. I love everything. I love everything there is to know about the troops. The man is a hack. He's lying, thieving con man. He doesn't give it anything about himself and his billionaire buddies. How anyone could ever see beyond, how anyone can see beyond that is an oddity to me. How can you not see that he's trying to con you? He treats you like animals, treats you like rubes. He treats you like a big one con after another. Like you're a sucker. I don't get it. And these are the people that vote for him are often the poorest Americans in the country. So he tried to milk every last dime out of you guys. I mean, for this new ballroom that he wanted to put into the White House, he's trying to say that, you gotta donate, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. He also said that all the tariff money is gonna be pay for it. What happened to that idea? What is he pocketing the rest of the money away from the tariffs and stuff? Do he think it's his own personal piggy bank? But anyway, I think we need a new government. I can't wait until he gets impeached, so that he doesn't have any more power. He doesn't deserve any power, and he doesn't deserve to have ICE agents, attacking, innocent people. I would love to see any ICE people with the unidentified vans and unidentified by armor and stuff, try to take me out. And that's gonna be quite interesting, you know. You got all these people over there, you got children being taken in by ICE, you got you got people being gassed, you got mascots being gassed, you got this and that being gassed, you know, the big tough cowboys and all that stuff, and want to be thugs in America. I like to see them try to take down someone on their own side, like me, for example. I doubt it if anyone will think twice about messing around with somebody like me. Especially because I'm on a scooter. Very, very difficult to hit a moving target, by the way. But, yeah, those guys are just punks. And they're just people trying to get a paycheck out of it. You know, they hide behind their masks and their, big guns and stuff. But they're just cute little people. Probably compensating for something else, too. You know, and I know that they're racist toward brown and black people. And probably Asians on top of that, too. So, it's really bad. Especially because it just turned out that the young Republicans are a bunch of racist neo-Nazis in disguise. You should heard some of the text messages saying, "I love Hitler." Where in American history is there ever room for "I love Hitler"? That's like saying, "Oh, Julius Caesar wasn't that bad. I like Julius Iscariot. He was a nice guy. There were people in hell. There were good people and bad people on both sides in hell." It's like, what? This guy mental or something? The president is a complete mental case. Because not only is he trying to blame Democrats for the Republican-owned shutdown, but he brags about it like it's some kind of game or some kind of game show or something. Donald Trump will go down in history as being the worst president ever in American history for both of his terms, which has to be like a record or something. I mean, it's like he's doing things now just not only because of bad policies and whatnot, but just on the basis of pissing people off. Only libs, singing to the Democrats because he feels necessary. He probably he's striking back against the Democrats and stuff. He ain't working like that because it's working against him because the policy that he's trying to do up against the Democrats are actually working against his own people. Eventually, the Republicans are gonna feel the end of it too, and the repercussions of it. In fact, he also wants to dissolve FEMA, which is crucial for recovering from natural disasters. And if he gets rid of that altogether, that's going to be a very big price to pay for that. Especially if we get earthquakes, more hurricanes, more big storms, tornadoes, etc., etc., etc. He doesn't think about long-term futures. He only think about what's happening now, the present, maybe in a week in advance. Which is a big, big problem. Next president, I hope to God that it's a Democrat. I hope to God that they're gonna have a lot to clean up, a lot to do in the week of Trump. And the best thing I like about this whole thing is that Trump and the Republicans assume and carry on business like it's gonna be a one party rule for the rest of eternity in America. But if history says me right and tell me about certain patterns and stuff, there's gonna be a big change in the next 4 years when Trump gets out of office. The new Democrat League will take over and change everything. I hope that they end up turning tides on the Republicans because they definitely need to get him with their own tricks. Because that's what it is. The Democrats play nice, and the Republicans always play dirty. For example, the gerrymandering that they did in Texas versus every other time, they want that majority, and they want to keep that majority in the House and Senate. But the Democrats, they played the same tricks too in California and other states too. So it should be pretty messy eventually. we need to do this. I stand by the anti-fascists because I don't want to see a fascist in American politics. I hate fascism. I hate people who make fun of other people. I hate people that make fun of the disabled and who don't like, for example, fat people in the armed forces. Have you seen the president? Man looks like he could eat pizza and then some if you were hungry enough. Probably me too. That's the whole country right now. We're being led by a wannabe dictator who likes to play games with everybody's health and the food prices and all that. Oh yeah, if anyone wants to fight, if any ICE agents or anybody in the government want to find me, my address is 666 Fuck You Lane, New York 12430. Have a nice day. Anyway, this has been from a very concerned citizen that support the Democrats and the freedom of speech, the Constitution, Declaration of Independence that we signed to break away from the King of England in 1776, named King George III. Maybe Trump will learn from history and say that the fascists don't win in the end. So anyway, this has been Joe Landriscina, Antifa, and this has been my message for No King Day, the No King Day protest on October 18th, 2025. If you like what you see here, want to see more of me, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me either by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707, and my Twitter is, you can follow me on Twitter at PMelsonPro. I actually want to quote that. And my email is jjsdreamchannel@gmail.com. So, if anyone that likes America, the freedom it comes with, across America, all the troops abroad in the borders of the United States. And I hate the fact that Trump is using the important resources of the Americas to wage war with Venezuela over fishing boats. They believe it, with no evidence that are full of drugs and other contraband. And I hate the fact that he threatened people with missiles in California. So, yeah. So, have a happy No King's Day protest. Do not be violent. Do not give them any reason to invoke the Insurrection Act or anything else for that matter. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video, all you girls and guys in Interland. See ya. Sayonara.